Alright, so that one didn't go quite as planned, but I figure it's probably worth another shot. Might consider doing one of the other playthroughs, but I think we're going to stick with this own LAR, give this another good shot. Really want to show off more than just running around at an octopus until I get blown up. So here's hoping I don't get blown up in an octopus. There we go. So as you can see, it's the same start as last time, and we're going to try pretty much the same strategy as last time.
Autopilot activated.
Alright. Selling our shield, and then we're going to start exploring the general area.
Successfully docked.
A peaceful welcome aboard this Atreus.
Connection to local trading network established. This service is a time-limited special available only now. A team of highly trained specialists using advanced equipment in this complicated procedure will optimize your engine, making your ship faster than ever before.
I was just letting Betty talk while I was thinking. I'm thinking we're going to get 5 engine tunings.
Engine tuning installed.
And then currently, if we look at our ship, our freight is 5. I'd like a number divisible by 6, so we can do biogas efficiently.
Your cargo bay will be extended by a certain amount
that
of
could get us up to
units
13.
using subspace compression technology. This extension will be more cargo bay extension.
Do that.
Autopilot off.
So now we have 12 freight, so we can pick up to 2 biogas. Now there is no biogas here, although there are 2 Bofu chemical labs, and they are large. So this is a little L right here. So they're going to crank out a ton of Bofu, but they require even, a ton of biogas. And if you recall, as I mentioned, there's kind of a shortage of biogas production. So that's going to halt all the factories here over the course of the next few hours.
Plankton.
You are talking to
In
the
game time.
I shall send the information
Yeah,
to
Boron
you
stop mix rate.
now.
See, this pays 1.1 million. It's a great mission as far as making money. Oh wow.
Transorbital accelerator. Boron. Military. Mega Lodon.
Yeah, here you go. This is one of the biggest ships in the game. The battleship. And you can definitely see, because some more explored contents come out, how similar it is in general shape. Obviously, they've changed the color scheme. They've gone from green to blue in the new games. But definitely a lot of inspiration was taken from these old designs.
Entering Ocean of Fantasy.
Alright.
Delta.
Am I upside down? No, I'm in Delta. I meant to go south, whatever.
Ore mine. M. Alpha.
So right now, all we're going to do is just explore the sector, look for any missions I might be able to do, like retrieve ship is a good one.
Gate. Bluish snout.
Although not if it's been stolen. If it's been stolen, that means it's got somebody piloting it, so you have to get them to bail, and we have no weaponry to convince them to do that. So we're just going to have to look for ones where the ship was abandoned.
Entering Bluish snout.
I didn't bother with the plankton trade deal this time. Well, here's a mission.
You are talking to... Do you recall? I shall transmit the data to you now.
Yeah.
Do you wish to profit from this job?
See, this is a kill mission. These are generally actually pretty easy, as long as you can get to the target in time. Typically the time requirement is what limits you here. Sometimes they'll be incompetent ships, but unfortunately we're not in a competent fighter, so I don't think we'll be able to do that
You
mission.
are talking to the...
That's so great sending through the data now.
Another
Would you
kill
be
mission.
interested?
That one doesn't pay as good either. And even if you accept that and somebody else kills them, you don't get paid for it.
Pirate, Buster, Sentinel.
Alright. Let's go ahead and keep an eye on those guys. Looks like they're flying in formation with this Perseus as the leader, so if you watch the Perseus, we should be
Boron,
fine.
military, Thresher.
And there's a Thresher over here. And see, here's another 2 large Bofu chemical labs. So, if you recall what I said about how there's a surplus of Bofu,
Bofu Chemical Lab.
there really
and Beta.
isn't exactly, but there's this massive shortage of biogas. Like, here's one biogas
Gas
factory,
factories.
but it's one medium factory supplying a large and 2 medium Bofu chemical labs. So it doesn't make enough biogas for all 4 of these, for all 3 of these stations. Large is, I want to say it's 2 mediums, but it might be 2.5 mediums.
A Bofu Chemical Lab. A Bofu Chemical.
And they're all pretty well suited in
A
biogas.
Bofu Chemical
That one's
Lab.
just a little bit below half,
Gas factory.
and that's about half. So no good trade deals there.
A start.
If anybody's completely out of energy cells, we could look at doing one of those, but
A Bofu.
that's not something we want to be doing.
Gas.
So let's go north. And same as last time, I'm letting that missile production complex just tick away.
Entering Menelaus's paradise.
Okay.
Boron, large orbital weapons platform. Split military.
Watch this, actually.
Pteranodon.
This is kind of cool. I didn't expect this.
Split escort. Split escort. Heavy drag. Boron, large orbital weapons platform.
Yeah, it's going down.
Split
It might take
military.
the Pteranodon with it,
Pteranodon.
but they need to send in their own destroyer.
Split escort. Split escort. Archinonyx.
Looks like this guy
Prototype.
might go down.
Boron, large orbital weapons platform. Split escort. Archinonyx. Prototype. OTAS. Food transport. Boron, large orbital weapons platform. Split military. Pteranodon.
Yeah. Let's try going south. Although there is a missile there.
Entering.
At least until that
Bluish
guy
snout.
leaves.
Bofu Chemical Lab. M. Gamma.
We got a couple think missions. Hopefully one of them will be a
Pirate. Percy. Boron.
Fine ship mission.
Archaeologist. Start mixery. L. Beta.
Sorry you can hear that.
Bofu Chemical Lab.
You are talking to the... You want split?
Start.
You are talking...
How may I say would you like to have this
Ah!
tape?
Exactly what I was talking about. Abandoned ship. And it's for the Boron, which is nice, because I'll make the Boron like a soul more. So we'll take that, and it's in Getsufune. So that's on the other end of that giant destroyer. We have 46 minutes to go there, and for that craft to fly all the way back. So we don't have a lot of excess time, so we're still going to try to do this. Luckily, it's the start of the run. If we fail, I'll just start over a third time. Maybe that'll be the charm.
Entering Menelaus's paradise.
Alright, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go south. Or down. And hopefully the Pteranodon doesn't pay any attention to us. Looks like he's
Boron
busy
taxi
shooting the
service.
Boron taxi service
Terracorp, high-tech Boron courier.
and the courier. What a bully. But let's just go to Getsufune.
Gate Getsu Fune.
Alright.
Entering Getsu Fune.
And here we are. Welcome to Getsufune. So Getsufune is a very interesting sector. That actually is a split equipment dock. And if you look over here, or yeah, right there, this is a Paranid equipment dock. Both those fellows probably hate us. Well, they definitely hate us. I think the Paranid do too. But if you look over there, there's a Teladi equipment dock. There's an Argon equipment dock. And there's a Boron equipment dock and a Boron trading station. So this sector is technically under Argon authority, which is kind of weird.
Octopus Vanguard.
But it's kind of shared by all races. It's very, very fascinating. It is useful from a player standpoint in that each equipment dock has certain equipment that is unique to them. So if you're looking for particular things, you want to go to particular races' equipment docks, and this is a place that has all of them, so you can equip all your ships however you like. Now there are some things that are common to all of them, but for the most, there are a couple specialized stuff, like particularly with Teladi. If you want Trade Command Mark III, it's only available at Teladi equipment docks.
Vanguard.
That lets you make sector and universe traders, which is a good way to automate your credit income. Alright. How much time do we have left? So it took us about 10 minutes to get here. Game time, not real time. We have time acceleration and all. Let's go ahead and get here. And look, it's me. So this is the Octopus Vanguard. It's actually faster than my Octopus, but it has a little bit less health, I believe. I can show off one of the new features added in Farnham's Legacy, now that I've seen one of these. So the reason I'm repairing this is in X3, the more damage a ship's hull, the slower it goes. So this ship's ability to get back to where it's supposed to be is going to be really diminished unless I repair it. In fact, that's kind of the trick, if you will, for a lot of these station or ship retrieval ones, is you have to get to the ship relatively quickly, and then you have to return the ship relatively quickly. And one of the ways in which you can certainly speed it up, I forgot to play that.
Computer control the Octopus was developed.
Alright, so it's now 4,000. We're gonna jet away. Oh, stop Mixery L Beta. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't mark the exact factory, but relatively easy to find out which one. Over there is a deactivated gate, along with some asteroids. I don't think any of them are particularly fancy. I think they're all just low-yield ore asteroids.
Royal Boron Trading Station. Boron Equipment Dock.
We can go ahead and get these discovered. Also, fun fact, this Boron Trading Station
The space stations of the Boron
sells both Argon and Boron law enforcement licenses. That's kind of interesting in that it's, I think, the only one in the entire game that sells more than just its own. And I think it's because it's in an Argon sector, even though it's a Boron station, so it sells both.
You are talking. Is there some transmitting information?
Fortunately, can't do that. Need M-class cargo and more of it.
Argon equipment.
You are talking to the. Is there some just in time? Do you want the job?
That's scary. Abandoned ship. Return it. 500 credits. 3 hours to do so. Again, doesn't pay very good, but it is a mission. never Optimus Vanguard. This one's it's all the way in Ocean of Fantasies. That's why you have so much time, because it's so far away.
Xenon PX.
And there's another P. Let's not have a repeat of last time. We're gonna fly straight away from that. Luckily, there's way more targets for them to aggro on. Alright. And looks like we have gotten away. There is a nice Argon laser tower here, so it looks like they're going to go fight that. We kind of saw that you can't trust the laser tower to beat a P with a squadron, but I think it was 2 Ps last time, so it might win. Really depends on its exact status.
Accepting that advances in weapon and shield
They do have a 1
technology
gigajoule
in
shield.
recent years.
I'm going crazy. Okay. Kind of want to get that Talati one spotted, but it's fine. And I guess here's another little point. If you recall, I said only Argon equipment docks are the only one that sell Silkworm missiles. So this is the only market that's accessible easily for that missile fabricatory that's over here to sell its Silkworm missiles. But it's 5 jumps away. So the ability for the AI to do that is very diminished. Alright, sorry about that. Got a little real-world interruption.
Entering
Remember what I was talking about, but that's okay.
Paradise.
Alright, now there was some Silkworm missiles, or some kind of missiles, were blown up, and it looks like they rebuilt the orbital weapons platform. That was fast. And there we go.
Message.
Look at that, we made 6,500 credits, and we didn't have to trade a thing.
Boron, large orbital weapons platform.
I will respect the Boron, they clean up fast. Doesn't appear to be any missiles around. Yeah, we'll go for this ship and then double back looking for trades. Especially considering, even though this is only paying us 500 credits, that's still the about as much as we'll make in a trade run. Since, like, let's say we trade 2 Bogas and we make like 200 credits per Bogas, we're still making less than that.
Entering bluish snout.
Do I have you on mount?
Bofu Chemical
Do,
Lab.
okay.
M Beta. Royal Stott Mixery. Royal Boron Trading Station.
You are talking to...
Alright, 128 magic lit. Can't quite do that.
You are talking to...
This is what I want. Do you want profit from this job?
Yeah, these ones are normally pretty alright, but you need to be able to transport 67 engine components, and, well, we're an octopus, we can't do that.
to the...
How may we are would you like to have this job?
Ah, see, this ship is a stolen ship. So with that, that means it still has a pilot that is flying away. Since we don't have guns, we can't even hope to get them to bail. Well, I mean, you can try to intimidate them, but your results may vary. And that's largely based off of like your combat rank, and we're harmless, so yeah.
Entering Ocean of Fantasy Delta. Octopus Vanguard.
There it is.
Octopus ship computer control transferred.
Alright, let's get this little blast from the repair laser so we can get to Fune in a reasonable amount of time.
Attention, energy low.
Luckily they buffed the energy gain just slightly on the suit so it doesn't do this weird fizzling out that it normally does when you run out of charge.
The octopus.
3919, so just like a second or two.
The octopus.
And there you go, 4,000 out of 4,000.
Octopus.
Alright. And this is to the Argon equipment dock.
Docking granted. Ore mine L Beta.
And there's a little mission over here. So we'll go ahead and do that.
Split military Terranodon.
Yep. So there's that Pterodon from earlier. I guess it's just going back to split space the slow way through Ocean of Fantasy. Hopefully it doesn't cause too much devastation.
Ore mine L Beta. Pirate Buster. Hall Pirate Buster. Sentinel. Rapier Missile. Pirate Buster. Pirate Buster. Sentinel. The Argon Buster.
Go this way.
Ore mine L Beta.
Oh, annoying, I can't check out
Rapier Missile.
what's there, but I guess I can go pick up this missile. And then just that Pirate Buster. See how damaged he is, he's going
Cargo bay
slower
now contains
than the rest of his
Rapier
group.
Missile. Ore mine M Gamma.
You are talking to the...
Wow, too.
How may we are I shall send the information to you.
Nice little need a ride,
How
and
may
you
would you like to have this
would like me
job?
to return an abandoned ship for $2,000. I will go ahead and do that. It's a Jaguar and can escape. Unfortunately, we will not do that.
Ore mine L Beta.
Reporting to the automated...
NCV.
Would you like
What do you
to have
need?
this job?
These are always a cool one. Unfortunately, it requires a police license as well as a freight scanner, which we do not have. Although we could get, it would just be a couple thousand credits that we don't have. So we have 10,000 credits at this point. We need to have a higher relationship with Boron, which apparently went down recently for some reason. Yeah. Ooh, a silkworm missile.
Silkworm missile.
That's worth a detour. Those are, as I said, they're worth like 5 grand.
The Silkworm missile combines quantum tech.
So. Don't know why the pirates decided to turn around. The other one, the remote-guided warhead, is too large for the octopus to carry, if I recall correctly.
The remote guided warhead
Oh, it's small.
is designed to be part missile.
That's a lot of
Silkworm
money.
Missile. Cargo bay now contains Silkworm missile. Cargo bay now contains remote guided warhead.
Alright. Equipment dock to the south
Pirate
gate.
Buster. Sentinel.
But I think we'll go to the
Transorbital accelerator. Ocean of fantasy.
Atreus
Gamma.
headquarters, the west gate, simply because of those pirate ships. I'd rather just go around them. Or not.
Split military Terranodon.
Well, at least we get to watch a good fight. I'm gonna bet on the Boron here. Those flak weapons are always really cool to watch. Sorry, that's work. Alright. Well, Pterodon's shields have taken a dent. And let's see, who are they fighting? I suppose I'd have to go back around.
Boron supply Orca.
Yeah. That was another one.
Remote guided warhead.
I guess one of those pirate ships getting shot down. They probably like the remote-guided warhead because it does a lot of damage. It does 100,000
It's designed
damage.
to be part missile and part drone. It is fired normally. However, the pilot can take remote control to position the missile into an accurate firing line.
Yeah, it's pretty slow as far as missiles go. An M5, for instance, like this, can outrun it. But really, what it's really good for doing is like really long-range shots because you can maneuver the missile theoretically. Somehow went between the boxes. I was trying to hit both of them with one. Would have been so cool. Oh man. Ah! I don't think these crates like me.
Cargo bay now
There we go.
contains Aurora missile, Pirate Buster, Sentinel, Transorbital accelerator, Ocean of Fantasy, Alpha.
We check our freight. We're almost full. We're at 10 of 12. 1 Aurora missile, 1 Rapier missile, 2 remote guided warheads, and a Silkworm. I think we can use that to get a little faster and get a little bit more cargo.
Entering Ocean of Fantasy, Alpha.
We'll go this way just so I can spot all the stations here. There are some weapons factories here,
This laser production.
as well as a Boron stock exchange. The Boron stock exchange, well, it is a good way to make money.
Following
It is
changes
limited to
galactic-
trade ranks of trader, which is fairly high before you can start trading there.
Heavy shield production complex.
Even if I
Alpha.
had the money to trade those, they're too large for the octopus.
Tomahawk missile manufacturing plant. Alpha.
Same kind of deal here. Nice Boron shipyard.
Concussion in this weapon's
Gosh, an impulse generator. There we go.
incoming message.
500 credits right there.
Boron equipment.
You are talking to the...
Anime will display the
Okay, they want me to if I want to hack a station. So this can be useful. This lets you dock at stations you otherwise couldn't, just for paying $250,000 or so. Not really going to be very useful for quite a while. Not just because of the high cost.
Docking granted. Autopilot activated.
Go ahead and dock.
Successfully docked.
Queen Atreus and the Kingdom of Boron.
Alright,
bid
now we
you
can
a
sell our
peaceful
missiles.
Welcome aboard.
Connection to local trading network established.
So as you can see, this Aurora missile. Aurora missiles are not normally sold by this dock. However, they'll still buy them. So I can sell my Aurora missile for its average price, 1,684 credits, and it just
Aurora
disappears
missile
into the ether.
sold.
Really effective way of getting rid of certain things. Rapier missiles number
Rapier
1300.
missile
These remote
sold.
guided warheads are almost 27
The
grand each.
remote guided warhead sold.
The Silkworm
The
missile's
Silkworm
5 grand,
Silkworm
and that's all the
missile
missiles I had.
sold.
But now I actually have a good amount of money, 72 grand,
Your cargo bay
so I
will
can
be
go ahead
extended by a
and probably max out my cargo.
cargo bay extension installed.
And it would be almost
This
all my money
service is
to
a
max out my
time-limited
speed,
special
but
available
I don't want to get
only
shot
now.
down again, so I'm going
A
to do it.
team of engine tuning installed.
Alright, because it's going to take a lot more than 72 grand to get us out.
Your
We're going to need
cargo
probably
bay-
about $250,000 to get a trade vessel.
Autopilot off.
Alternatively,
Royal Boron Shipyard. Docking granted.
We go over here real
Autopilot
quick.
Activated.
the ships at this shipyard, the Atreus shipyard, are more expensive than the ships here, so it's going to be a longer amount of time before we can get going over there. They do have some really nice ones, though.
Successfully docked.
Queen Atreus.
See,
and the
first off,
Kingdom
I don't
of
have the
Boron
relation
bid
to
you a
buy any of
peaceful
these.
welcome aboard.
But
Connection to local trading network established.
if we wanted to upgrade from our Octopus to Mako, as an example, that costs almost $500,000, and rounding down, and going up to, or picking up something like a Dolphin is like another $250,000. So it's gonna be a $250,000
Boron
before we can pick up a
Dolphin
Dolphin, which is a trading ship. TS is like trade ship or transporter. There's also the Pleco, which is a TM or military transport, the Manta is a TP or personnel transport, and the Orca is a TL or large transport. And these are useful because they let you move stations around. And looking at stations, the biogas factory is only around a $250,000. And a Dolphin tanker is 248. I honestly think this might be a better investment in this region, since we already kind of noticed, if we just look over here, we'll ignore Getsufune, because Getsufune's production is all Argon. Cattle ranch, solar power, wheat farms. You can sell plankton and scruffin fruits here, which means, as far as our boron economy is concerned, you can sell plankton up here, but there's really nothing for us over here. If we look over at Menelaus's Paradise, we didn't really discover everything there, but we remember, right, there's one Bofu and one biogas. Go to Bluish Snout, you have one biogas medium, and one Bofu large, and 2 medium Bofu. So this one biogas factory is not going to supply enough biogas for these Bofu. And as an example for that, let's go to the encyclopedia. So if we look at factories and we look at, Bofu Chemical Lab medium.
Bofu Chemical Lab manufactures Bofu meals.
So it requires.
Bofu is then transported.
One sec. Sorry, Betty, but you're talking over me. Settings. Gameplay. I know there's a Verbo ship computer audio. There we go. So now we don't have Betty quite as badly. If we look at the Bofu Chemical Lab medium, it requires 2 Bogas every 1 minute and 12 seconds. So just turning that into a per hour rate, right? So 1 minute and 12 seconds, 72 seconds, or 50 cycles an hour, which requires 2 biogas. So it requires 100 biogas an hour. And the Bofu Chemical Lab large, same production time, requires 5, so it is 2.5 times. So it requires 250 biogas. And the biogas factory produces 2 biogas 50 times an hour, so 100 biogas an hour. So if we go and look, right, at Bluish Snout, we have one biogas factory producing 100 biogas an hour. We have one Bofu Chemical Lab large consuming 500, and 2 Bofu Chemical Lab mediums consuming 100 apiece for a total of 200. So there is a net there's a net loss of biogas of what? 700 minus 100, 600. There's 600 unmet supply of biogas here. So definitely setting up a biogas factory in Bluish Snout, or even in Ocean of Fantasy, makes a lot of sense, especially considering there's so much solar here that we shouldn't have any difficulty getting energy cells. So I think will be our move. There's also 2 large Bofu Chemical Labs here and Ocean of Fantasy, and they don't even have a biogas. There's no biogas over here, and all these drone factories and torpedo fabrication facilities, they all require Bofu. So Bofu is required for, or foodstuffs in general, right, is required for all factories. So if they can't get their foodstuff, then the entire tech industry collapses. Now, all the real money to be made is in the tech industry, but you need to have your food income first. Your workforce needs to eat.
Boron equipment.
You are talking?
We will display.
Yeah, it's just the hacking.
Transorbital accelerator. Ocean of Fantasy. Beta.
Alright, let's see how many Stillcore missiles are to be made. And as you might put together, that Silkworm production facility also needs Bofu, And so if we run out of Bofu in this sector, we're going to be in a serious problem, as our
Entering
economy is just not
Ocean
going to be
of
there.
Fantasy Beta.
So
Image recognition. Production complex.
yeah, currently
Alpha.
what's limiting them is energy cells. So I could run and ferry some energy cells over here.
You are talking
And I might
Anime,
just
we
do
have
that
so
if I can't
sent
find
you like
good
that.
work, just to pass the time. So let's go ahead and check out the rest of these factories, see if they have any jobs, and we'll start doing some energy cell running in the meantime. Unless I see something better.
Crystal fat.
You are talking.
What do you have? I am transmitting the information you require. Now.
Yeah,
do
these
you
ones are
feel I have
interesting.
something of
So
interest?
with protection missions, you can accept them, and then hopefully the Boron security forces will kill them, or kill that little pirate for us. It's just concerning
Pirate
what
Harrier
spawns is dependent on
Vanguard.
your combat rank. So because my combat rank is absolute doodad, all the pirates get for this assault force is a single Harrier Vanguard, which the most lethal missile it can carry, I think, is the Aurora, because yeah, it's 5k. The Aurora, I believe, is 8. Yeah, and the Firefly is 1.5. Yeah, so the most powerful missile this thing can carry is an 8k missile. And its guns are 4 IREs, which are completely useless against stations. So if you look at this station, we can see it has 20 million hull and 15,000 shields. So it's never going to kill that station. It just simply doesn't have the firepower. So in the meantime, we can just look for other jobs. And if he gets shot down by somebody, which he is likely to be, because he's going to be assaulting a foreign asset, we'll get paid for protecting the station. If we shoot him down ourselves, we get a bonus. But we don't need that,
Drone fat.
and we don't have the
talking to
opportunity
the
to earn
And
it.
said I shall send the information to you now. This mission should offer you no great challenge. Is there something here of interest to you?
Yeah. It's, by the way, a unit cost of 385 per Bofu. It's not even their maximum price, is it? Oh, I'm thinking of Bogas. Yeah, Bofu's cheaper, isn't it? Wares, other wares. Bofu. Yeah, it's almost the maximum price.
Split military heavy dragon.
Let's stay away. And the Split are really active this time.
Boron recon.
And he's
Octopus.
chasing this octopus. And as you can see, now that we've upgraded our engine all the way, we go 444 meters a second, which is substantially faster than what we've been flying around in. So now, pretty much anything that's not an M5 or a missile is going to have a really hard time catching us. Which should help keep us alive.
Drone fat.
You are talking to.
Anime, I have a please review what we.
Yeah, everyone's starting to need Bofu, but the Bofu is becoming expensive
Light shield.
because
You are talking.
all these
If you
factories
require
are
skill
consuming
time, I shall
Bofu.
transmit the data to you now. Have I provided something of interest?
These ones are always really cool. All you gotta do is buy a Telati TP and bring it to the station within 11 minutes. Which isn't actually that difficult, and they'll pay you for, delivering the ship for them. The issue is you have to have the ability to buy a Telati TP, which means we'd have to know where a Telati shipyard is, have a satellite in that sector to buy it, put a jump drive on it, jump it here, and then turn it in. And unfortunately, we just don't have that capability.
Recon.
You are talking.
But if you
to
do,
the
then it's free
automated-
money.
Something to say, pilot?
Yeah, and this person's selling star charts. So this will give you
Now.
limited information. It doesn't give you everything on a couple sectors. I'm not interested,
See me if you have a rethink.
just because my credits are too valuable to me right now. I mean, I only have 36,000, so I'm gonna try to hold on to them.
Your job was well executed. I am sending you money. Now.
Alright, so as you can see, that Protect Station was just completed because one of the Boron security forces or somebody, right, killed that pirate for us. And so we didn't get any kind of bonus for shooting that pirate down ourselves, but we still got the mission completion. We gained the relation, a couple split escorts, a Mamba Raider, and an Asp.
Biogas factory. M Alpha.
Yeah, he's out of ore. But, so with these stations, all AI stations have primary resources and secondary resources. Player stations just have primary resources. And they might be slightly different than what the AI has. But with secondary resources, the way it works is it gives the station a bonus to production. So this station gets a bonus to its production of biogas if it has enough tellurium and ore. So right now it doesn't have enough tellurium, but it doesn't have enough ore, but it has plenty of tellurium. So if somebody were to come and drop off ore, its production rate would increase, which would help the fact that we have a shortage of biogas. Here we have a nice little military outpost. As you can see, this military outpost does not sell silkworm missiles. And in fact, if we do a little check, this Atreus headquarters does not sell silkworm missiles, and this Boron equipment dock does not sell silkworm missiles. And then there's another equipment dock over here, but we haven't discovered it because we were running away from that sector.
What do you require? Do you wish to?
Light shield. Production complex. Alpha.
It's probably just enough that we can make profit off of that.
Docking granted. Autopilot activated.
These recon drones are smalls.
Successfully docked.
Queen Atreus and the Kingdom of Boron bid you a peaceful welcome aboard.
Connection to local trading network established.
Alright, so these energy cells can be worth up to 20, but you're generally only going to be selling them for at most 19. And we'd like to buy them for 12. 13 is okay. So we can go ahead and buy 13 energy cells. But assuming we're selling these for 19, we're only making 6 credits per energy cell, which granted times 25 energy cells is 150 credits, but that is not a great many.
Boron military megalodon.
Yeah, they really don't like the split. They're going after that heavy dragon. Alright.
Entering Ocean of Fantasy Beta. Image recognition. Production complex.
As you can see, there are almost
Alpha.
energy cells. We'll go ahead and
Granted.
give them energy
Autopilot
cells.
Activated.
You are talking?
How may we assist?
Station hacker.
You are talking?
Delivery.
You are talking to the automated...
How may we assist?
Oh, this guy's
I shall
offering...
send the information to
Oh,
you
these are always
now.
really nice. So this guy is actually trying to sell an old ship. Now, he'll only sell it for another 22 minutes. It's worth 40,000 because of how damaged it is. We could almost get this. In fact, if I have the ability to purchase even just a couple missiles, I might consider doing it. Just trying to get up to that 40 grand mark. Now I'm regretting upgrading my engine as much as I did.
Successfully docked.
Queen Atreus and the Kingdom of Boron bid you a peaceful welcome. It is good.
Interconnection to local trading network established.
Alright, so if we look at these mosquito missiles, we can sell these for 8 credits a pop. So 8 times 25.
Please note that any space
200 credits per run. And these silkworm missiles, I'd actually probably rather wait on the silkworm missiles because no one else is going to be buying them. So as long as these mosquito missiles are under market, I'm going to be picking them up and selling them.
Off.
So let's go ahead and do this. And because we're kind of on the clock, because I want that Kaiman, we're going to go ahead and speed along. I might even just sell the Kaiman, but just getting it would be very nice. Since I can repair it with my repair laser and sell it for more than what he's selling it for.
Granted. Autopilot activated.
Since the ship's value does or is affected by how damaged the hull is.
Successfully docked.
Queen Atreus and
Mosquito
the Kingdom
missiles.
of Boron bid you a peaceful welcome.
Sell.
It is good.
Was connection to local trading network.
Yeah, see, we sold those for 4,200, and I only paid around 4 grand or so for them, so I made 200.
Transorbital accelerator. Ocean of fantasy. Delta.
Go to the right one.
Transorbital accelerator. Ocean of fantasy. Beta. Entering Ocean of Fantasy. Beta. Docking granted. Autopilot activated.
Oh yeah, whenever a ship has one of these, it's one of two things.
Boron. Heavy load.
It's either a pirate
transporter.
wanting you to attack a convoy, or it's a convoy
What do you require? I am transmitting
who's looking
the
for fighter
information you
escort.
require. Now, you
They
must
generally
expect
pay pretty
hostile
well,
forces
so
along
we'll go ahead and accept that. Since he's pretty likely to make it to Hilla's Joy.
Successfully docked.
Queen Atreus and the Kingdom of Boron bid you a peaceful welcome. It is good to see friends.
Was
Yeah,
connection
see,
to local
4,025,
trading
and of course we're
network
selling those for
established.
4,200. So we'd like to keep doing this for a little while, as we are just making money. I suppose I want to keep an eye
Entering Ocean of Docking granted.
On-
Autopilot activated.
the light weapons complex. Yeah, their IREs, they went up probably 1 tick, and then somebody came and bought all of them. Like, that's pretty much how these weapons complexes always are. They're almost always sold out, especially as long as their weapon system is sold by whatever the local equipment dock is. So this guy sells packs, and he doesn't sell impulse ray emitters. But does this guy? He does not. So it probably is, what, Hilla's Joy? Yeah, there it is, impulse ray emitter. So 2 jumps away is well within range. I think the range is 3, but for whatever reason, Ocean Fantasy Beta does not see the Argon equipment dock in Getsefune. That was an interesting path the autopilot took.
Successfully docked.
Queen Atreus and the Kingdom of Boron bid you a peaceful welcome. It is good to...
Was connection to local trading network established.
38k.
Entering Ocean of Fantasy. Beta. Image recognition. Docking granted. Autopilot activated.
These freight drones would be really profitable trading, probably, but they are L class.
Successfully docked.
Queen Atreus and the Kingdom of Boron
Was connection to local trading network established. Transorbital command accepted.
As you can see.
You are talking to...
Anime send. I shall send the information.
You are talking to the...
Anime we assist.
Entering ocean of docking granted. Autopilot activated.
Oh, there's 2 different build missions.
Successfully docked.
Queen Atreus and the Kingdom of Boron bid you a peaceful welcome. It is good to see...
Was connection to local trading network established. Autopilot off. Transorbital command accepted.
Oh yeah. So let's see. Now, the Split Cayman is a TS. It doesn't really have a very large cargo bay for a TS, but it is quite fast. In fact, if we sort by speed, it's the fastest TS, faster than the Manta Hauler, which is a TP, and TPs tend to be faster than TSs. So it's a TS that's as fast as your average TP. It also has quite a lot of laser energy. It has abysmal shielding, however, tied for the weakest with a Boron TP, Manta. But it's something.
Entering autopilot off. Image recognition. Production docking granted. Autopilot activated. Successfully docked.
Queen Atreus and the Kingdom of Boron bid you a peaceful welcome.
Was connection to local trading network established. Entering ocean of fantasy. Docking granted. Autopilot activated. Successfully docked.
Queen Atreus and the Kingdom of Boron bid you a
Was connection to local trading network established. Transorbital command accepted. Boron, Dolphin, Boron, Dolphin.
What do you require? I am transmitting the information you require. Now.
Yeah, see, that's 150k. And this one's probably like a million.
I shall send the information to you
260k.
now.
But those aren't nearly as heavily damaged, so they're not going to sell for as much. Oh, that was the escort mission I took. I was hoping I'd get through. Unfortunately, it looks like they were shot
ocean
down.
Autopilot off. Image recognition. Docking granted. Autopilot activated. Successfully docked.
Queen Atreus and the Kingdom of Boron bid you a peace...
Was connection to local trading network established.
And unfortunately, the profit per missile is declining.
Entering ocean of fantasy. Alpha. Boron equipment dock. Docking granted. Autopilot off. Docking granted. Autopilot activated. Successfully docked.
Queen Atreus and the Kingdom of Boron bid you a peaceful welcome. It is good to see friends aboard.
Connection to local trading network established. Autopilot off. Entering Ocean of Fantasy Beta. Docking granted. Autopilot activated. Successfully docked.
Queen Atreus and the Kingdom of...
Was connection to local trading network established. Transorbital command accepted.
How big are silkworm missiles? They're size 2? Yeah. So I can carry up to 12. So I want like 60 grand before I trade them. Optimum multiplication, since you want to grab as many as possible in each trip, since you're grabbing them at the minimum price.
Entering autopilot off. Docking granted. Autopilot activated.
Since it doesn't update the price dynamically for each one, you pay whatever the price would be for the first one.
Successfully docked.
Queen Atreus and the Kingdom of Boron bid you a peaceful welcome. It is good to see friends aboard.
Connection to local trading network established. Autopilot off. Entering Ocean of Fantasy.
You are talking to the...
I shall send the information to you now. This won't be anything but easy. Do not underestimate the challenge.
Docking granted. Autopilot activated.
How may we... I shall send the information to you now.
Well, Kaiman's Super Freighter, but it's 100k.
How may we... I shall send the information to
All from
you
Tanker XL,
now.
250k. These are great offers, but I do not have the money for it.
Successfully docked.
Queen Atreus
Oh wow.
and
Well,
the
if somebody
Kingdom
came
of
and bought all the
Boron
silkworm
bid you
missiles.
Connection to local trading network established.
Ooh.
Crystal transorbital accelerator. Crystal fab.
You are talking...
How would you like to have this jump?
Now, these follow missions are generally good on an M5.
Incoming message.
And try one. I have such horrible luck with them, though. I swear they always get shot down by pirates or something.
Entering Ocean of Fantasy. Alpha. Boron Stock Exchange. Hammer torpedo.
You are talking to...
Do you wish to take this job?
Boron Stock Exchange.
You are talking to the autumn...
How may... I shall send the information to you now.
You are talking to the...
What do you... I am transmitting the...
Okay.
Royal Boron ship.
You are talking to the automated...
You want split?
Yeah,
You are
sector maps.
What do you require? I am transmitting the information.
Yeah,
you
and see if they're
require.
at full health, they're pricey. I mean, 4.8 million for a sturgeon. Boron. Sturgeon. Yeah, base sell price is 2.245. So if I were to sell it at a shipyard, I get half that. That's such a bad deal, it's hilarious.
Ocean of Fantasy, Delta. Silicon mine, ore mine.
You are talking?
I shall send the
They'd like me to build a
information to you
large plankton
now.
farm. They'll pay me $1
Make
million,
proof.
but unfortunately I can't afford a plankton farm.
Silicon mine, L.
You are talking to the automated.
What do you wish to take the job?
Never follow a mission.
Silicon mine, M. Beta.
What do you require? Your time I am transmitting the information you require.
Good luck.
You are talking.
What do this mission may...
It's like, yeah,